But go on.
Yo, 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 yo. What's going on? What's going on? We're in the building again. River Advocates, early one. You understand? Early one, Sunday, Sunday the 12th. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get this done and dusted. You know what I'm saying? Keep it regular. You know what I mean, bruv? Girls, whatever, who's out there? Yes, all good, all good. Who's there? Anyone there with me?
Yo, Zah.
Who's that? Johnny?
Man, like Johnny, still, man. I'm finally back. I'm back now. I'm back.
Yes, Johnny. Yes, respect, respect. Keep it
Yeah,
moving.
man.
Keep it
How's things
going.
with you?
Boy, can't complain, bro.
That's
Can't
good.
complain.
That's
Can't
good.
complain.
That's good.
Cannot complain, mate. Yourself?
Mm. So, you get it. The main thing is I'm living, I'm breathing right now. You get it. So a
There,
next day with your head, a next day with your head above ground is you have to give a blessing. You get it.
there you go. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. You get it? That's exactly what I'm talking about. People be complaining that I'm trying to just make sure the volume is high on my one. 'Cause everyone keeps saying I can't hear nothing. I can't hear you talking. 'Cause I'm always turning it down and things as anything, you know. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Right. Shall we do my one first, right? Because my one, I'm gonna just whiz through it quick. Because your one's more
Go on,
interested,
go
to
on,
be honest.
go on.
Your one's more interested, and because we spoke about it the other day, and I was like, yeah, man,
Yeah,
I wanna hear that one definitely.
go on.
Um. All right. Get the boring one out of the way. This is the ethics of genetic engineering and human enhancement. You understand? All these
Okay.
extras about, you know, um, chip inside you. You know what I'm saying? Microchip inside, enhancement on, your DNA. You understand? Try to take away certain sicknesses that you have in your family. You know what I'm saying? Can get rid of that. We're gonna say, is it good or bad? Do you know what I mean? So yeah. It's genetic engineering and human enhancement hold the promise of improving human life, human health, eradicating genetic diseases, and enhancing our capabilities. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
That's a pro. That's a pro for the thing. A con as well. While potential benefits are intriguing, we've got to carefully consider ethical implications such as exacerbating social inequality and undermining the value of human diversity.
Mm-hmm.
So, with the pros, my friend, what do you think? Do you think it's a good thing of the genetic engineering and human enhancement? Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you have any sickness in your family. Would you like it gone, or would you like something special? I know they had they had something about some people having their kids, and they were saying, yeah, I want my kids to have blue eyes, and I want them to be
Yeah.
athletic and all that stuff. What do you think, old chap?
Bruv, I don't think this messing. All right. You say if there's any sickness in my family, we have a lot of. I'm sure it's the same in like a lot of families. Like we have like a cancerous thing in our family, in it. So, like a lot of the men, it's been like told to us by doctors and professionals that the men in our family, they all suffer from that in their life. They will get prostate cancer, innit? Because it's just in generations, every male that's had cancer in my family, more or less, the male have had prostate cancer in it. So if, maybe if there was something where they could do to basically, like, what's the word, heal that, or cure that, or help us along our way in it, then maybe that would be good. But to me, with the gender like all the blue eye, like what eyes your kids want and what size, like, to me, I don't think you should mess with things like that.
No, okay. What is? Don't you think that's kind of like similar? Now, if you're gonna say, all right, take the sickness away, because that's gonna make some change, right?
Mm.
No, isn't it quite similar? I know it's not similar, but isn't it just a change is a change, right? If you're looking at it, basically, that's exactly what I'm doing. But what do you think, sir?
Yeah, because obviously everything is changing life, isn't it? So I get where you're coming from with that. But to me, when you're born, but that could be contradicting myself, because when you're born, we're all born with cancerous cells, isn't it? It's only like sometimes they just trigger and then boom. But to me, you shouldn't be messing with stuff like that's like stuff what the kids born with, innit? Like you shouldn't be messing with their eye color and their genetics if they're going to be good at sport or they're going to be a. So it should just, to me, it should just happen naturally, innit?
No, totally. I understand 100% of what you're saying. Also,
Because
go on.
go on.
No, go
But
on.
surely, because it's going to cost them how much billions or whatever to do these things. Surely the money could be spent on other useful resources rather than something like that. Because I would get there's people out there would be like, yeah, I want my kid to have green eyes and I want that other kid to have blue eyes. Maybe they don't want all their kids to have the same thing, and they want this one to be sporty, this one to be academic in school. This one, I understand certain things, but to me, you should grow your child, and 'cause to me that's taking away some of the parenting as well. You get it?
100%, 100%, get 100%. Also, like, what is it? You know, eliminating the hereditary diseases such as cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, correcting the faulty genes. Yeah. That some additional enhancements is, cognitive enhancements could boost intelligence and memory, leading to leading to a society with greater problem-solving abilities and creativity. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that something that we would want? What do you think, sir?
Yeah, it is, but at the same time, it's like for sickness, I'm totally for if we can solve sickness and get rid of sickness or come up with a cure or a tablet or something that can prevent sickness or prevent illness like cancer and like hepatitis, anything in it to cure sickness. But to me, when it comes to modifying yourself, to me, I don't agree with them things, and I don't agree with it because that's taking away certain aspects of life where people could start to be lazy and be like, oh, I don't really have to teach my kid this because I've already had them modified in a certain arm. And to me, now, man, the money could be splashed out on other things, man.
No,
For the sickness thing, teacher, if you cure sickness, it can preserve life and make you live longer in life and be like more in your kids' life and be there for your grandkids and preserve life. And obviously, we're all gonna pass away one day. That's two things certain in life: death and taxes. You get it? But to me, yeah, curing the sicknesses, but the whole enhancing the body and development and stuff like that, I don't agree with it. Other people may differ, but to me, you shouldn't be messing around with the body like that.
no, fair enough there, and totally. While the idea of eradicating diseases is commendable, yeah, and it's something that you said already, talking about money, yeah, it was an important factor there about money. got to consider the potential consequences. Genetic enhancement could exacerbate existing social inequalities. You understand? Because only the wealthy would have access to this.
This is what I'm saying.
You know, as you said, as you caught onto that already. So that will just be widening the gap between the haves and have-nots. You know.
And maybe, teacher. Go on. No, go on.
No. Jump in. Maybe what?
Because maybe if they did cure sickness, you could say because if you cure sickness, every form of sickness, more people will be working. So it will add more to the economy system because no one won't be sick. So you won't be able to go and be like, oh, I'm sick. They'll be like, no, take this here. You're not going to get me. We've already made sure you're not going to be sick. So you basically, you all have to work in it. So it will make our economy grow. When like it will do certain things, and then maybe you may be able to work longer in life, which we're probably thinking what the age is now, 65 or 68, whatever the age is now.
You're working to 95 now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because everyone's fit and healthy, bad man. No one ain't got no sicknesses. Everyone's working. The economy's good. We don't have to borrow no money and bail out the banks or nothing, or the banks don't need to borrow no money because everyone will be working, teacher. You got to stay in education to when you're 18. Everyone's fit. No one's sick. Then as soon as you get to 18, you go to higher education or you get into a job straight away. There's no taking no gap year or you just go straight into work. You're not ill. You're good.
Yeah, no, totally. It sounds yeah, I mean, potentially, right? It sounds like a potential to solve some kind of problem, but then it's always going to open another
100%.
problem. So they're going to open another problem. What we haven't had not more. You know, these enhancement could create unfair advantages in education and employment. Yeah, exactly. Because if it's only for the rich people, right, who can, or the people who can afford it, yeah, and then they're getting their intelligence up higher, they're gonna get all the jobs, the good jobs and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. What so would you do it, my friend? Would you do it if you had there was money was no thingy? Would you do it? Would you
do what?
Would you get an enhancement done for you or your family, or
if it was for sickness, yeah, but nothing. Obviously, if they said something like, I'm having a youth and the youth's going to be blind in one eye or they're only going to have one eye, and you could help them have an enhancement. See, we're moving the goalposts now, innit? But if you can help them have an enhancement and be like, they can make sure that they will have a second eye, then I'm for that, innit? But if it's down to things that, like the color of your eyes and long eyelashes and your eyebrows and you can choose the gender, the you and them thing. I don't agree with that. But if there's anything to solve sickness or help disability, like so they won't be like certain disabilities, then I'm all with that, teacher. I'm with that.
Totally. What about the access? How do you think we can address the concerns about the social inequality and access to these genetic enhancements? Do you know what I mean? It was just if it's for the, as you said already, it's going to be the rich people are going to be first on the list to get these things. Yeah. Do you think there'll be how do you think we can address them concerns, sir?
Like you said, the rich people are going to be first. But my next thing is, all right, cool. We get the rich people, get what they're getting, then get them out of the way. And then if it's something, like I said, if a youth's going to be born with like one arm and it's showing it's going to be more with one arm, and you can give them a modification where they can have they're going to have a second arm and it's going to be like the other arm. To me, that should be something where maybe they could, so they wouldn't do that, but where they would have made enough money off the rich, maybe it could like be like a ladder down to the next level where be like, all right, cool, you can't afford it because you're not rich, but we can see your youth needs a second arm. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna give your youth the second arm, but like maybe put them now, but even put them on like a price plan or something.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's exactly that's exactly right. Yeah, I
Because they're
understand.
not going to do it for free, are they? They're not going to do it for free, innit? So maybe put them on a price plan and be like, all right, this is going to cost 10 bags. Boom. For the next 10 years, you pay us like what? A grand a year or something.
Yeah, or kind of like make sure like it's accessible to everybody. Do you know what I mean? Or that you take one from this area, one from that. You understand? A certain from this area, a
Mm.
certain from that area to make sure it's kind of given fairness to everybody. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
yeah. Definitely, 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 definitely. All right, how realistic is that though? Do you think it's realistic that the regulation will be I mean, if you take if you don't even need to answer that actually. If you take a look at society today and fairness and unfairness today, and the haves and the have nots, you can see that some things aren't fair, right? Some things are not fair, and this will just be another thing. What don't you think, sir?
Yeah, it will. Because it will be, like you said, it will be like how the housing thing is. It will be like how they deal with you in society with like the banks, and it would just be like like you said, the rich will get dealt with, and then it'll be left for everyone else to squabble over, and then they'll decide who needs it more, who's more of need of whatever they need. You get it? So they might deem this person that got one arm's not as important as the one that got one eye. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna deal with the person that got one eye first, and then we'll put you on the waiting list that's got the one arm. Right now, we'll give you a prosthetic arm, and then we'll
Until
put you
then,
on like a yeah. Until then, and then you know what they're gonna do? They'll be like, well, you're dealing with that one, dealing with the one arm thing, all right. So maybe you can just stay with that. But the person with the one eye, we can't just give them a fake eye in it. They have to see at least you got one arm. Where so it's gonna get messy in it, and then people are gonna start taking out loans from the bank. They'll be like, oh no, look, and then they'll be going to the benefit people and saying, "Oh, can you help me? Like, I need to get some money for get me because my youth's only got one leg. You get it? And the prosthetic. I don't like the. I mean, it's gonna be messy still, and people are gonna. It's gonna cause a lot still if it did come to fruition. You get it? It is gonna be a big problem because people are gonna start fighting. They're gonna start queuing up outside the places where they do the procedures and get me, be writing in all the time. There's going to start riots. People are going to start fighting. I can see it's going to be a mess in it, but this is what's going to happen if you start doing these things. And the same with like AI and all these things. Like as time goes on, these things are going to happen in it, and it's just going to cause a lot of arguments and disputes because. Like we all know, the rich are gonna get dealt with first, and then it's gonna come down, and then come down, and then to the bottom where if the NHS ain't gonna deal with you, you got people that like they're screwed in it. They're like, why? I'm just gonna have to stay with the one leg in.
100%, old chap, 100%, and yeah. So um, regulation might not be sufficient enough to address these concerns. Because it may just mitigate some of the risks, but cannot eliminate them entirely. But also,
Mm-hmm.
got to consider the broader ethical implications of genetic engineering, such as the loss of human diversity and the blurring of the lines between therapy and enhancement. Do you know what I mean? By prioritizing genetic enhancements, we risk devaluing inherent human qualities and perpetuating a
Mm-hmm.
narrow definition of success and worth.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Yeah. All right. So how would we respond to concerns about human diversity and the distinction between therapy and enhancement?
Explain that.
Yeah. So like genetic diversity is important, but genetic engineering can preserve diversity by allowing individuals to choose enhancements, like what we spoke about, that align with their unique identities and preferences.
Mm-hmm.
As for the distinction between therapy and enhancement, it's a valid concern, but advancements in genetic engineering could redefine what constitutes normal and expand our understanding of the human potential, so that they're basically saying like they could you know what they're saying, they can take it to another level. Do you know what I mean? They could take it to another level, and would that be taken away? Like, say you got advanced, I got advanced, do you understand? Enhancements, yeah, we got both enhancements, and we got on our brain, on our thinking, of our intelligence, you understand? And then boom, if we all get in that, then shit, we're gonna go higher and higher. Could lead to destruction, right? What do you think?
It is.
It could lead to destruction because
is.
everybody wants to outsmart that person. Even already just here now on the level that we are here, it's like that already, somewhat. Not as competitive as like that, but it will turn into some potential madness, no?
Yeah, 100%, teacher, 100%. It will turn into a madness where people will start killing each other,
Yeah.
But brother, people will start doing some mad stuff. Like, bro, I could see it already, man. It's gonna be, and to fund the habit, they're gonna, like, people that can't afford it. Like I said, they'll be doing some. You'll be seeing people doing some crazy stuff, man. What they wouldn't have done if these things wouldn't have come about.
Totally. Anyway, that wraps it out. It was a quick one. Because I know your one's got more interesting, and I think you're gonna spend a lot more time on that one. So yeah, what are you gonna talk about, old chap?
Getting introduced into the prison system, like your first introduction into the prison system, from when they scoop you off road until when you end up behind them bars, bad man.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Tell some more, old chap. Tell some more.
Well, I'm just wanted to explain, like, obviously, it could happen to anyone, innit? Like, obviously, some people are more at risk than going prison than some, so you never know when your last day is your next, innit? I remember that day like nothing, innit? It was a nice hot day, boom, set out, went somewhere, got scooped up, boom, ended up in the police cells for 48 hours, ended up going to magistrate court, was told by my solicitors that I was going to get bail. Then you hear the words that you're going to be remanded in custody. Then you're like, right, I've only seen these things on TV before. When you hear them words like you're going to be remanded in custody, a man's looking like, custody? Like, what type of custody is it?
And then, is there some cake with that? Is there cake with some custody?
Boy, when you get to HMP, but when they tell you about remanded in custody, that's basically telling you that they're gonna hold on to you until basically you get bonded out. Like, basically you get a bail application or you beat your case. That's what they're telling you when you're remanded in custody. But obviously at the time, I just thought it was a thing like, all right, cool, I can just put some money up and get bail, but it's not that simple, innit? So when I heard those words, obviously the jailers put the cuffs on you and they walk you downstairs and they're all boosting you up like, oh, don't worry, we're gonna put you in a good prison. Like, we're gonna put you in a prison. This prison we're gonna put you in, it's like Butlins, innit? And I'm thinking, bro, no prison can be like Butlins to me. You get it, man? Like,
all right, pause. You get me? Pause a second, sir. All right, listen. When from they scoop you up, yeah, and you're sitting up in the you're in the cell, in the police cell, right? How was your treatment there? Was it from scooping to the police cell? How was you treated? You felt, sir?
Okay, from the scooping, I got abused and beaten up.
All right, just go into that a little bit. If you don't go, go
So
on.
okay. So basically, the you call them now, not the flying squad, the fucking they're called again, man. It's the ones again, teacher. The ones that wear their luminous green hats and they say they're there to help battle black on black crime, man.
Guardian Angels. I ain't got a fucking clue, mate. I ain't got a clue. But some people's anyway. Some group.
Yeah, some top
high level.
Yeah,
groups,
some top people.
Unmarked car business, isn't it?
And balaclavas on.
Yeah, go on.
And they got the luminous green hats on, so you can't see their face, and they're gun police in it. So they've obviously come in, boom. They basically gun butted me in the side of my head. So I've knocked out on the floor. I've dropped on the floor, knocked out. Boom. They've put the cuffs on, but not the proper cuffs. You know the other cuffs. They're like the
plastic things.
Yes, they put those ones on me, innit? And then obviously they've got me up, put me in the back of the van, took off the plastic ones and put the proper ones on. Now I'm thinking, why didn't you just put the proper ones on in the first place? Then they've got in the back of the van with me and they're thumping me up in the back of the van and calling me the N-word, calling me this, calling me that. But remember, I can't see no faces, so anyone's anyone. Basically, when I put in a complaint that's later on, and anyone I could say I don't know if it's him because I can't see no one in it. They're thumping me up in the back of the van, boom, for like 10 minutes. I'm there rolling around on the floor trying to get up, and there's like 4 of them just on me, kicking me, punching me up, got me in the head. Bro, they're just abusing me in the back of the van, innit? And I'm basically just saying, get the fuck off, innit? Like, you get me? You've got me restrained, innit? I can't fight, innit? If you want me to fight, take off the cuffs and I'll fight, but I can't fight, innit? And they're like calling me whatever under the sun. So yeah, whatnot. They've put me in the back of the van, drove me to the station, booked me in at the station, said, do I want legal representation? I was like, yeah. They're like, well, more than likely your ones ain't going to be able to reach today, so you're going to have to use one of our legal aid solicitors and all that. I was like, all right, cool, just pick one, innit? Like, so I've picked one, boom. Remember, they held me for 48 hours, innit? So I'm in there. I didn't eat or drink nothing from them. That's the maddest thing. They came around with some water in a cup. I took it and I just threw it away, innit? I didn't eat or drink, not a thing for them for 48 hours, innit? My solicitor came, took me in the room. He says, don't worry, they're going to let you out on bail because they haven't got nothing on you. I was like, all right, cool. So sort that out. He's like, yeah, they can only keep you for like 48 hours anyway. I was like, bro, forget the 48 hours. Let's just deal with the thing now, innit? Like, you said they haven't got nothing. Do the paperwork. I'll sign it. Put me on tag, GPS tag, whatever. Let's get me out of this situation, innit? And then 24 hours has gone past. Then they've said, I remember I got arrested on a Wednesday. So on the Thursday now, they're telling me about I got to see the duty officer. He's the one that's going to grant me bail, innit? So they're saying I could either get bail from the station or bail from the court. And they said, which one do you prefer? I was like, give me bail from here, innit? Then they sent me back to my cell. Boom, I made a couple phone calls for someone to come pick me up. They're like, yeah, we can pick you up. Just give us the green light and we'll pick you up. And then later on, the next day, Friday's come now. They've turned down the bail. They're like, nah, you can't get it because you've gone on the run in the past. So basically, you're going to have to get bail from court, but they'll give it to you, magistrate. They'll give it to you. Boom. So Friday morning, woke up, went magistrate court, boom, went to the court. I'm feeling, all right, cool. I phoned my people. I said, as soon as I phone you, come pick me up. Boom, went to court, magistrates, judge said, nope, you're not getting bail. I'm remanding you in custody. And then from then, the jailers were all right, tell the truth. What sounds a bit weird, they were like, they were like talking me through the procedure and what's gonna happen. Even the jailer said to me, "It's a slim chance you're gonna get bail." I'm like, "Nah, man." They're like, "Yo, believe it." Like they basically said, "Your color, it's rare for what you're in trouble for. It's rare you're gonna get bail in it."
Okay.
But they said because it's close by Christmas, there's a chance they could feel like to. But he's like, it's a slim chance, isn't it? And then then I ate something for the first time in 2 days under the jail.
The
Basically,
courts.
they
These are the
yeah,
jailers are the
they
people that
hold
work
you,
in the courts, innit? They work
yeah.
behind the courts.
So they hold you under the courts, innit? So when you hear your name come up over the tannoy system, they come and open your door and put the cuffs on and walk you up the stairs to go up to court, innit? Because you're underground, innit? That's how they make it. Basically, like you're dead, you're underground. The only time you get to rise up and feel alive is when we bring you upstairs to the judge, innit?
And them jailers, then they're not officers, right? They're not
Nah,
prison
man.
staff. They're kind of like different. They're like an in between.
They're different,
right?
Yeah, they come in like security staff in like Tesco's or as in like a supermarket. They're there for a job, but they haven't got that like you said. They're not police. They're not prison staff. They're just there as like security, basically, isn't it?
Coolio. So what happened next, old chap? What's the next step?
Next,
okay.
What? So do you want to know from what? When? What? So from basically when I left there now, yeah.
Yeah, you're at court now. You get your whatever. What are you doing from court?
Yeah. Okay, from court now. Boom. They've come around to my cell now, and they've said, "Boom, we've got you into the good prison that we wanted to get you into." I was like, "Cool." They're like, "All right, come with us. We're gonna put the cuffs on you. You're gonna go into is it the G4S van circle, and we're gonna drive you to like the local prison that's local to here. But it's a good. But everyone keeps reassuring me it's a good prison. It's like Butlins. It's the best prison there is. It's private. It's good. It's this and that. I'm just in my head. Prison's prison, innit? So we're driving. It's daytime. The bright sunlight is out. Boom. Remember, this is my first time ever getting going to. I've been nicked before, but I've never gone prison in it. So bare things are going around in my head like, raw, who they gonna pad me up with? How's it gonna be when I get there? Am I gonna know anyone when I get there? Is anyone I'm in problems with? I'm gonna be there. Am I gonna have to fight straight away? Because when sometimes as soon as you get there, you just have to put your fists up straight away and start fighting. So I'm thinking, is it one of them things? Man, just have to start swinging straight away, or get me? But then obviously, man got there. The van stopped. They took the cuffs off straight away. So as soon as I got off the van, they took the cuffs off straight away and they let me walk off the van into reception. They let me walk into reception straight away. And so D-Sam's now, I've got my property with me. I'm holding on to my property. And they're like, all right, we got to take your property off you and we'll book it in and we'll put it in storage because you're not allowed that because it's a coat with a hood on and that we got to take those trousers off you because they got a string because if you're not allowed a string in your trousers, in it, and shoelaces, you're not allowed shoelaces in case you self-harm or try and string yourself up and that. So I've gone through reception. They've took down my details. They've made me wait in a holding room now where all the new prisoners are. That's just been booked in now. There's like about 20 of us now that's come from different courts. We're all in one holding room, innit? And then obviously you got the ones that have come back again, and you got some of the staff are like, "What are you doing back here again?" Innit? Like you've only been gone for like a year or something. What are you doing back here? So I'm thinking, oh, raw, like somewhat get me. These staff are familiar with that different prisoners, innit? And these times, man's in the holding room. These times they asked, "What food does everyone want?" they gave us options. My one was like chicken, chips, and beans in it. Like these times now, remember all I ate before that was the microwave food in the courts, under the court. So they give you some microwave food and nasty, mash up man's belly and them something there. So man's there. The food's come now. They've come in the little takeaway box thing. I've boxed off the food quick time, innit? It was like fried chicken, chips and fried chicken, chips and beans, and I boxed it off quick time. They gave man like a soft drink as well, and I was thinking, raw, like I've only been here for 10 minutes, but this prison thing seems okay right now, isn't it? Like I'm thinking this food that I could deal with this food right now, innit? If this is what, but this I'm still thinking I don't really want to be here, innit? This time I've ate my food. Half an hour later, they've come there. They've called my name to come through to a next room where you sit down with one of the reception staff, and they introduce you into prison, innit? Like they ask you what sexuality you are, what religion you are, what gender you perceive yourself to be. Do you self-harm? Do you have HIV or AIDS? Do you have any sicknesses? Basically, they're taking your well-being, your mental and physical well-being into like they're trying to help you with it. So they're doing all of this now. These times now, what happened next? These time man's answered all the questions. Now they've sent me back into the holding room after. They've sent me back into the holding room now, teacher. These times now, I'm waiting in there. These times I've come out of the holding room now. These times you've got to go to the search room where they strip search you now, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
This is the people that's never been in prison before. This is the insight to why you shouldn't go to, like me. If there's a way you don't go in it. So boom, man's gone into the thing now. I've had to put my stuff all on the table. They're telling me, boom, go behind this rail, and they've closed the curtains, and they're like, strip down to your boxers, innit? Mm-hmm. Strip down to your socks and boxers. So you gotta get naked and there's some socks and boxers on, innit? These I'm thinking, wow, these times now I must have said, yo, I'm not stripping, innit? And they're like, it's either you take it off or we're gonna take off your clothes for you, innit? I'm thinking, do you know what? It's better I just take off my clothes, innit? Like, these times now, they call to you and ask you if you're ready. I was like, yeah, I'm ready. They've unpulled the curtain now, and they're like, all right, cool. 2 officers have come now, and they're like, take off your socks one by one. Took off one sock, they searched the sock, give it back. Took off the other sock, give it to them, give it back. These time now, I'm thinking, raw, that's calm if they're just checking the socks. These time, they must have been like, now you got to take off your boxer shorts, innit? These time, I'm like, huh? They're like, yo, take off your boxer shorts. And I was, get me. These time, I took off my boxers. Obviously, I put my hand in front of my private part and all everything like that. These time, they searched the rim off the boxers, searched the boxers. They've given me back my boxers, but they're like, don't put them on yet. And they're like, turn around. You got to bend over, and basically you got to spread them in it. Mm-hmm. These time they're looking to see if you're like got any contraband, like any drugs, phone. If you got anything that you can stash up your arse crack, they're searching for that. Innit? These time they were happy that they didn't see anything. These time they were like, you can put your boxers on now. These times now, I've gone over. They've given me my trousers back now, so I've got my trousers on and my top. These time there's a chair, and the chair says "boss." It says "boss" on it, innit? These times I walk past the chair, innit, because I was like, all right, cool. These times and they must be like, yo, you have to come back in. They're like, sit on that chair, innit? I'm like, sit on what? They're like, yo, sit on the chair. So when I sat down, the chair went beep, 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 and they're like, stand up, sit down, and it kept doing it. And they're like, wait there. These times, and they were like, sit down on the chair slowly. When you sat down on the chair slowly, they must have like put your back up straight. They're like, all right, stand up. We can tell you haven't got nothing on you. So basically, that chair detects if you've got anything inside you. You get it? It's called a boss chair. So these times now, done all of that, went to there's a next holding room after when you've gone through that procedure. So I went in the next holding room. They've called me into a next room and gave me the prison clothes that you have to wear.
Mm-hmm.
The different prisons have different colors in it. So they give me the color, they give me a prison tracksuit, what you need to wear. They gave me some prison trainers and said I can't have my trainers because they got shoelaces in. They've given me a welcome pack. They said, "Do you smoke?" I said, "Yeah." They gave me like a half ounce of burn, which is tobacco. They give you a fruit juice. They give you a fruit. They give you a pack of biscuits. That's your welcome pack. And they give you £2 of calling credit in it that you can use on the prison phone in it. But that goes like no time in it. But yeah, then I got introduced. Then you sit down. I was eating the biscuits in the holding room. Then they're like, "All of you lot come with us now." The people on drugs, if you're a drug addict or an alcoholic, they put you on the lowers. So basically, you got A wing uppers and A wing lowers. If you're an addict or anything, they put you on A wing lowers. If they seen that you haven't got nothing wrong with you, they put you on A wing uppers. So basically, this is the induction wing to where you stay until when they find a proper wing to house you on.
Mm-hmm.
So I was on the induction wing for 10 days. They said normally it's 2 days, 1 or 2 days, but because the prison that I went to was overprescribed, there was too many, it was overcrowded. Basically, we had to wait to when people were going court and they didn't come back. And then 10 days, I remember I went to education, and when I come back from education, they were like, "Pack up your stuff. We've got a wing for you to go on." They put me on a wing. When I went on the wing, it was about 5 p.m. And everyone was away on the wing, innit? I went on a lowers and everyone was away. So everyone was behind their door. And all I could hear is like, "Who's that? Who's the new guy? Who is it? Who is it? Who knows him? Who knows him?" Innit? Like, and obviously everyone's flat on their doors closed. So they know someone's new on the wing, innit? At least I'm thinking to myself, "Bruv, I wonder if I got anyone I don't like on this wing," innit? Like, so these times now I've gone into they've put me in my cell, but they said I can't stay in there because my pad mate's at the gym or he's on a visit, one of them, innit? So they're like, "You're going to have to stay out on the landing and just wait here to when your cellmate comes back because we can't have you in there because we don't know if you might teeth his things or he might have a problem with you and you might have, you get me, you two might not like each other, but we'll tell you his name. But does that name sound familiar?" I was like, "Nah." But they're like, "We still can't let you wait in there." Then obviously he's come back from the gym now. 5 of them's come back from the gym. He's went into the cell and the officers have called him and said, "Yeah, that's your new cellmate." And he come over and he introduced himself to me. He shook my hand. He was like, "I'm going to give you the rundown." He's like, he showed me around the wing. He showed me everything, brought me in the cell, showed me like, he's like, "Yo, I got drink, I got biscuits, I got," basically he was patterned. He had everything that he needed. He had in there, innit? So man went through that now. Obviously, he's asking me what I was in for. I told him what I was in for. He told me what he was in for. These times when you're in there, everyone thinks they're solicitor, innit? So he's talking me through saying, "This is what I think's going to happen," and all that. But someone's already warned me on induction wing, like, don't take advice from prisoners because everyone thinks they're solicitors, innit? But if everyone was solicitors, no one would be in here, innit?
100%. 100%.
So these times we're talking and all of that, and then I got a notice under my door on that same night that I've got to go court in. That was on a Friday. I got to go to court Monday morning for a bail hearing. Yeah. So I was thinking, "Raw, that was quick. 3 days and I'm out of it, innit? I'm gonna get bail, innit?" Then obviously Monday came, Friday to Monday, went court. They woke me up at 6:30 in the morning to go to court to get your breakfast and get changed, have a shower. Then they came back for me at 7:30, brought me to the holding room, brought me to that procedure, got me out of the prison, put me in handcuffs, went on the Serco van, went back. These time I go to Crown Court now. Cause remember, I got denied at Magistrate Court, so now I'm going Crown Court, innit? So these times now I'm in Crown Court, same procedure, went up there. I put up money for bail. They said, because you've gone on the run in the past and it's a serious crime, we don't think you're going to come back. We think you're going to like try and go on the run in it. So they didn't give me bail. And they're like, your next due date to appear in court. Remember, this is in December. So they're saying the next date I'm due to be in court is March for a next bail hearing in March, innit? So I'm thinking, right, I'm going to have to spend the next 3 months to get a next bail hearing. Like, so obviously, man's gone back, boom, boom, boom. And then, then obviously, I went to trial 6 months after that, got found guilty for the more serious, got found not guilty for the more serious thing and got found guilty for the lesser charge.
Okay, hold on, sir. Tell us about what was it like in the thingy, in that place where you was at? Where was that?
What, the first place?
You was at Thameside.
Thameside.
What was
Teesside? Yeah.
What was it like? Was it easy to get a job in there? Education? How was it there? How was the environment? Was it okay? Was there? Yeah, I mean, tell us a little bit briefly.
All right, you're asking if it was okay, but because it was my first.
We got 15 minutes.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay. Because it was my first introduction to prison, you're asking, was it all right? I didn't know any different, but from what I seen, it was calm, innit? So in my head, if I can go to a next prison like this, then I'm gonna be good, innit? In my head, innit? But obviously, it was easy for me because obviously, man got education. Basically, they've got a computer system, so you got a computer in your cell, innit? So anything you want to do, you have to send it's like an email, innit? And then they get back to you within 24 hours and tell you if you've been accepted. So if you want to visit, you want gym, you want to buy credit, it's all you doing it on the system, that you don't go to the staff or nothing. You do everything on your system in your cell, innit? So when you get money gets sent in, it comes up on the system and all that. So yeah, I was doing education. You can go to the library, you can book gym, jobs were easy like that, but the jobs are easier once you get sentenced. When you're on remand, it's kind of hard to get a job in it because they said you have to be a working prisoner once you get sentenced in it. So they're trying to basically say they're basically trying to say you're innocent until proven guilty. So basically you don't have to work until you get found guilty in it. So yeah, so then obviously I got found guilty. Did about 10 and a half months in Thameside. Then they said they got categorize me. So Thameside's like a B cat. So when you get remanded, you go straight to like a B cat in it, and then you got to work yourself up from a C to a D cat, or maybe if your crime's horrific, they'll put you in an A cat or a double A cat where. I don't want to go. I don't want to go back anyway, but it's hard to work your way up in it. But they recategorized me, and I got a C cat. Then from Thameside, I got to go to the Mount. There's a next prison in Hemel Hempstead. Spent nearly 2 years in there, but there was lockdown when I went there. In it, there was people may remember there was the prison riots that was on the TV in it, and the Mount was the one that started it off in it, and so it was like lockdown for 6 months when I first got there. So you were only allowed out yourself for 1 hour a day.
Mm-hmm.
There was no education, no gym, no nothing. You got out for an hour. In that hour, you've got to bathe, use the phone, exercise, and get your food and bang up, and that's you done for the day. So for 6 months, I experienced that living for 6 months, and it was hard just coming from Thameside to how more freer they were. And obviously, you had the shower in your cell in Thameside, you had a computer in your cell, you had everything in your cell in Thameside. When I got to the Mount, you didn't have nothing in your cell, innit? It's proper HMP when you go to when you leave Thameside, innit? And then from there, I spent about 22 months there. Then I got my DCAT from there. Then I went to an open prison. That's where I met you. And then yeah, then I got to go on town visits and home leaves and stuff like that. And then obviously COVID or C-19 came in and that fucked up everything, innit? And yeah, that was my journey.
Seeing.
That was my journey. But it was a lot of there was a lot of trauma and tribulation along the way in it, because obviously when you're doing certain things are happening on the outside, and it's like, if it's either death or people getting ill or people getting stabbed or whatever, you're going through things when you're in there, but you can't control nothing when you're in there. You can only control yourself, but you go through a lot of emotions. There's people that think when you're in there, for lock them up and throw away the key, but there's a lot of mental. There's more mental. I reckon it's more mental than physical when you're in there, because you gotta be. Cause my first 6 months, I'll be real. I was a mess in my first 6 months in there. Innit? I was a mess. I didn't want to do nothing for my first 6 months. Is that I would go education, but I'll be real with man. There were sometimes I didn't even want to shower, because I was just depressed. No, I'll be real with Bob. We're talking the things for the first 6 months. Sometimes I remember my cellmate used to be like to me, "Have you showered? Have you showered today?" And I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "Bro, I can smell you in it." Like, because man was just depressed, bad man. I get me. I just didn't like. I was like looking around. My first night when I told you I went there, a tear did run down my eye, because I was looking around thinking, how long am I gonna have to be in this place, innit? So like when I'm saying it's more mental, you got physical as well, but it's mental. You got to deal with the mental side, innit?
Totally. Did you what about, did you see anything? All right, no, not nothing like that. Did you, this is all from the thingy side, yeah, the officer side. Did you see anything bad from the officers? Did the officers do anything bad or anything like that? Any beatings?
I seen it all.
Like that?
I seen it all. There was officers bringing in things. There was officers sleeping with prisoners. There was officers like beating up prisoners. There was officers using their authority to abuse prisoners. There was officers eating the prison food, which you're not supposed to. There was officers. Don't get me wrong. There was some all right ones in it, but I seen it all, teacher. Anything you can think of, I seen it all. Maybe not in my first few months, but as I got on, the years went by, I started to climatize to it, and I seen everything. Where before I was seeing it on the news or on TV, but when you're living around it, it started to become normal to me, teacher. Where I climatized myself to it, where you hear an officer going into someone's cell at night and they're fucking, and you're like, it's just normal after a while, isn't it? You're like, it's normal, isn't it? To me, it's just normal after a while. But at first, I was like, no, like, what do you mean? What's going on? And then you got ones smuggling in drugs and all this stuff, and you're like, but after a while, it's just normal. I didn't get into none of that, innit? But obviously, I seen it happen. I seen officers get sacked from the job for it. I seen prisoners get shipped out. So I seen it all, teacher. I've seen it all.
Yeah, no, that's that's one of the key ones as well, because that's kind of what they need to know, what goes on inside there, and what you can potentially get if you want some of that. If you want,
brother, remember I tell you, I went to 3 different prisons, and in every prison, when I landed in the prison, prisoners are saying to me, if you want to fuck, she's on it. If you want drugs, he can get that for you. If you want a phone, I can get that for you. Like, they just introduce themselves to you straight away. And it's like, I'm looking at them and like, you don't even know who I am, yeah? But you're there, like, putting your stuff you're putting it at risk, innit? Because you don't know who I am.
Totally.
But yeah, teacher, I got introduced to it. Every prison I landed in, the first day, everyone's just telling me, if you want this, we can get that. If you want that, we can get you that. If you want, get me anything in there. The only thing they can't tell you is they can get you out and freedom in it. But some of them, yeah, they can. Some of them can get you out of those doors in it, but you have to pay your money in it. But anything you want, I could have got in there in it, teacher. Anything. I'm telling you, anything you name, I could have got it.
Fair enough. I believe you, old chap. Sometimes you can get things quicker in there than outside on the street. I lie.
100%. 100%. And money's generating in there like, whoa, because things in there are like double or treble in it. So a pack of burnout here would cost about, what, £20 now for a 30 gram pack. In there, you're probably paying about £500 now because it's contraband. They ban tobacco in prisons now, innit? Only in open prisons you can get it because they're rewarding you for getting to open prison, so they can't stop you from smoking in an open prison. But in closed conditions, tobacco's going for, there was a time someone told me £1,500 for a pack of tobacco.
Yeah, it's nuts, and that kind of promotes people to hustle even more, innit?
100%. 100%.
Then people get in debt, then people get beaten up.
Yeah.
And it's this whole cycle again, isn't it?
Because remember, teacher, I was in there when it was smoking, and then the smoking ban came. So I seen the transaction, and it was hard to transact because I tried the vaping, and then the vaping fucked me up in it because it puts liquid on your chest, innit? Which is what people don't understand when you're smoking these vape things. You're smoking liquid. So yeah, I seen that transaction, and it was hard. It was hard for me as well, teacher, because I like to smoke I like to smoke a roll up now and again, innit? So when that ban did come in, obviously I put back some packs as they told us the date when it was coming. So I put back some packs, and then obviously I made the money. I sold them for double the price I got it for. So even I made a little money off tobacco, but at the time that was legal, innit? So I just made a little money off that. Made a quick like £500 off tobacco, and yeah, and then from that, no, there was screws bringing in the tobacco in it. So they're bringing in the tobacco, so they're buying bundles and bringing it in, and they're making a killing. That's what I'm saying. It's just crazy money in those places, Batman.
Yeah, sounds like a joke, innit? Not really. But,
it is. It is.
But yeah, there you go. That was nice. That was a little, the short version of your journey still. But still a version nonetheless. So, you know, any potential people that want to go take that route, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's potentially what you'll be getting yourself involved in. And to me that's not exactly, that is it, but there's much more to that. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
There's much more to that with the emotions and everything you have to deal with. So yeah, no, good stuff, old chap. ALB, and or any other business?
Oh, there's football on today.
Is it? Who's playing, sir?
Man United versus Arsenal.
I take it you're an Arsenal supporter.
Yeah, you know already. That's how we met, innit? That's how we did meet.
Exactly.
See, that's a good. I remember Arsenal was playing Barcelona in a pre-season friendly. I remember you walked onto the induction hut and you were like, "Oh yeah," you must have said, "Can someone turn it up?" And then I asked you, "Who do you support?" And you must have said, "Who do you think I support?" I'm like, "Oh, you support Arsenal?" Yeah, you're like, "Yeah." And then we started talking about the Arsenal from the '90s. Then Then we started. That's how we got our, like, we started to grow a relationship, innit?
Yeah,
so you might as well say, teacher, football brought us together.
Yeah, listen, you do that to a lot of people, man. It kind of kickstarts a lot of conversations. You first ask
It's an icebreaker.
football. Yeah, you're a football man, then boom, that's it. You can name players from their country, different foreign people, and all them something. So yeah, what time's kickoff then?
4:30.
4:30. Okay.
So the teams will come out at 3:30 and then it kick off at 4:30.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Mm.
What else? What else? Oh, Liverpool playing today, right?
Nah, they're playing tomorrow. I think they're playing Aston Villa tomorrow.
Okay.
I think Aston Villa need one more win and then they'll definitely qualify for the Champions League next year. Yeah, Aston Villa versus Liverpool tomorrow. It's at 8:00 kickoff.
Fair enough. And we got the boxing next week, innit?
Yes, there was boxing last night as well, you know.
Was there anyone good? Was it?
Some Welsh girl. Have you heard of her? Lauren Price or something?
Never heard of it. So anyway,
she did beat. She did beat some. She did. I think she did beat some American girl, and she won her first 3 belts ever. Still.
Nice. Anyway, listen, we're gonna be back next week, or we might do something in the week, depending on how we feel, innit, sir?
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, man. We might just run something in the week.
Either way, it's gonna be. Yeah, because we need to check them. It might be a football one though, but it is what it is. Because we still need City to lose, innit, to take that championship.
Yeah.
So we'll be hoping on Tottenham to try and do something.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So no, thanks for that. It was good. That was good. We're wrapping up now.
No problem.
I enjoyed that, definitely. I enjoyed the one we had earlier the other day, actually, because that was much more things were involved in that, much more talk. You left some things out, but that was enough.
Which one was that again?
The same thing we spoke about. The same thing you just spoke about, but you had a more in-depth one.
Oh, yeah.
Don't watch that. It was enough.
Have a part 2. We might have a part 2 in the week, man, where me and you did link up, and then with the people that we met, and you know.
We can definitely do that one. Definitely on the hill. The hill, the hill, the pros and cons of the hill. You get me?
Yeah,
but no, big up, Johnny. Big up
yourself as well, teacher. Big up yourself, man.
And big up everybody out there for the
big up
the listeners. Big it up. We're here back. We're back. We're gonna be regular now again. So just stay with us, man. Just stay with us, because we ain't going nowhere. All right. So yes. That being said. Bless up everyone. Have a nice day. Enjoy I think it's the last day of the heat today, you know what I mean? Yeah,
they said that the next week's going to be a bit funky still.
Just enjoy it. Go on, chill out. Do whatever you need to do. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Anyway, bless up everyone. Like and subscribe. Laters.